And right now, Mark Naymik from Signal Cleveland joined us to talk about this Browns announcement and what it could mean as we move forward in this situation. We heard from Keitor there, the Browns did not say how much Huntington Bank is paying for the rights of this naming the stadium. What do we know about that?
Yeah, neither side is going to show their cards, but what we do know is context. We know the previous deal with First Energy was worth about $107 million. And since then, we've seen deals around the country, including in Pittsburgh, that go 10 to 15 million a year. So if you're looking at a 20-year deal, this could be up to 200 million, but neither side's going to talk about that.
You also heard Keitor quote the city is saying they're not involved in the naming rights process. Let's give it some perspective. The city council does vote on this, correct?
They do, and in fact, they're holding a special meeting tomorrow in order to give the final official stamp so that they could play under the Huntington Field banner this coming weekend. The city gave up rights to this years ago when they cut a lease deal that gave them sole ownership of that money.
Does the city possibly get any money from this naming rights deal at all?
They cannot, and in fact, under the previous two owners ago, they had the option to name it, and if you remember, when they came back in 1999, it was still the Cleveland Browns Stadium, because then owner didn't want to sell that rights, but it is the option for the owners.
We also heard that the Browns said this has nothing to do right now with the fact that there's a possibility they could move to Brook Park, but let's connect the dots here. Does it mean anything at all?
It certainly strengthens the hands of the owners because that's more disposable income that they can either throw into the formula of the money they're pitching in, but I have a feeling they've already figured that this was in there, so this really isn't going to be additional money, but it definitely helps them figure out what they're contributing to the public side of the money.
And finally, Mark, the big question has always been a timetable on this. Do we know anything more about a timetable as to when the Browns could make an announcement and when the city could make an announcement?
The Browns are working on dual track. They are, in fact, talking to the city. We know that through our own reporting at Signal Cleveland. The Browns are pushing the city for more details about that $461 million offer they gave to stay on the lake. Meanwhile, they're also trying to rally support financially and politically for Brook Park. So this isn't done. There is no timeline because they've blown past those timelines already.
Right now, Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland is the place to be on Sunday.
Yes, it is.
All right, Mark Naymik, as always, thank you.
Thank you.